Hey everybody, let's get right to this. I'm really excited. So I got the third, fourth, and fifth and final issue of the Butcher Swamp Thing series, and it was awesome. This is like, I'm so glad I ordered these comics. You know, Dick Tracy ad, Total Recall ad. Check out that cover. So John Butcher is trying to stop this corporation that that killed his family for some crystals or rocks or minerals that helped him create this particle beam for this company. Whatever, that's we need that to get John on the trail of them. And first two issues were good. This one just ramped it up, went crazy. Like the villain, like the big bad villain he fights is this Korean guy named Cam. And Butcher, I thought he killed him in the first issue, but he comes back and he's just brutal. Like there's a main bad guy and then some like peripheral baddies, and like the main bad guy thinks that one of the guy he's working with, like hired John Butcher to take him out. So Cam goes to this other guy. What's his name? Let's see. Eddie. This guy Eddie, and just look at his wife. She's like in sexy lingerie, snorting coke, and then she's like, he's like, why don't you stop doing drugs and like get dressed? And she's like, what else? What else have I got to do? And he's all, you're trash. And she's all, oh, I'm trash. I'm not worthy of a corporate sleazebag like you. And he knocks the crap out of her. But then she just like laughs at him and says, at least you can do something. And then Cam shows up and he just kills the F out of this guy, and then he kills his wife. And I was like, wow, that's pretty brutal. That would be awesome in a movie. And next we go to John Butcher, and he's meditating. It's just so good. And then he calls in his sensei who taught him how to fight, Tsunami. And Mike Barron wrote this. He wrote The Badger. The Badger is just one of the best comics I've ever read, and this is way more serious than The Badger. He's so good. Like he's not just a one note. Like The Badger's really funny and quirky and weird. It has a lot of kung fu action and stuff. And I guess physically and the way they fight, the Butcher and Badger are very similar. But I was all, this is just much more serious. It's just like kind of like a typical 80s action movie, but just so good. But then there's a part where him and his sensei, Tsunami, they go into this bar and these guys start, messing with them because they're, Tsunami's Japanese, John Butcher's Native American. And then his sensei goes he needs to use the bathroom, and these guys start trying to beat up Butcher. And he's just like dodging them, and he's sensei, zip up your fly. We've run into cultural differences out here, and then they settle it without having to like beat these guys up. It just, and I was like, now it's like the Badger, because the Badger has done that a lot. He goes into a bar and gets into an argument with people and beats them up. John Butcher, he doesn't go there. He'll try to avoid it if it's someone that he could kill these guys, but he's not going to do that. With this awesome shot of a crow holding nuclear weapons. And then the fourth issue, we find out that the main villain is also Native American. I had no idea that Corvus is Latin for crow. So like John Butcher's the eagle and Corvus is the crow, but he's like kind of like shunned his heritage. And he gets another great character, Tugboat Tina Tanaka. I was like, that's total of Mike Barron character. And they go to take out Corvus, Oh, and Tsunami, his sensei Tsunami was like, we need more help. You know, there's only three of us, because he's the husband of the girl he saved in issue one is helping them, and Sensei's like, we need, you know, I have another student that can help us, and it's Oliver Queen, the Green Arrow, and I was like, oh, it just works so perfectly. And Oliver, he teaches John how to use the bow a little bit. Oh, that looks cool. They infiltrate the building where it's a ship, it's a airplane, and the particle beams on it, and Corvus, the Crow, is gonna like destroy a rival corporation in San Francisco, but probably like kill hundreds, if not thousands, of people in the process. And then they break in, and almost immediately, the husband of the girl, a lady he saved, gets killed by Cam, and Tsunami gets a arrow through the shoulder, and that's the end of the fourth issue. And in the fifth, you can see John Butcher's the eagle, and Corvus is the crow. And Navy SEALs ad, quick change ad, and I just read this last night. Yeah, Mike Baron is such a great writer. Because Tsunami, he pulls the arrow out, and like he tells Butcher to go after Corvus, and I'll take care of Cam. And Cam says, "Too bad Corvus hurt you, Okinawan. I would prefer to demonstrate my superiority against the whole man." And Tsunami says, "I like it this way. I prefer to demonstrate a half man's superiority." I thought that was really funny. And then Butcher's just fighting this technician, and he's like, "Hey, wait a minute, I'm just a technician. I don't have any politics or anything." And Butcher says, "That's too bad. You should get involved." And just knocks him out. And then there's a battle. I don't remember this game. Then there's a battle between Tsunami and Cam, which is great. And then it's the eagle against the crow, and it was great. And it ends with Butcher asking Green Arrow to teach him how to use the bow. He's like, "I've never learned how to use the bow." And I was a great ending. That's great. It's better than the book I'm reading now. It's better than any movies I've seen lately. It's better than any other comics, any shows. It's just great. I was like, this is why I read comics. For all like a lot of crappy comics that I buy, it's worth it to come across the Butcher. And when I ordered these, can you see that? I got Ninjak #1. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about Butcher. It was so great. Like, I ordered them from Mile High Comics. They're like $2 an issue. If you have any interest in just, he's a great Native American character. They did. I guess he's made a couple of other appearances, but I don't think he's exists anymore. But this story exists, and it was great. I just wanted, So, The Butcher.